I'm on my way to meet Matt and Makram. We're down here at West Beach today and we're going to be looking into their pathway of development with elite sports and their journey with First Point USA to get to the point where they've been offered scholarships at US universities. Gentlemen, how are you? Thanks for coming down today. Nice to see you, Makram. Matt, thanks for coming down today, guys. So guys, thank you for coming down today. Absolute pleasure to spend some time with you. First and foremost, massive congratulations to both of you. Matt, obviously, you've already accepted your scholarship in the US. Tell us with which university you've accepted your scholarship.
So I'll be going to Asbury University in Kentucky. It's a Division III school. When I looked at the three offers I got, that was the best school for me in terms of education and football, because it allowed me to do my course, not have to transfer after, and get the doctorate in physiotherapy that I want. Amazing.
And Akram, you are really at the start of this process. So obviously Matt's done amazingly well. He's accepted his offer and he's already off to university in the US. Tell us about your experience so far through Elite, moving on to First Point. Tell us about the process, where you are in that process.
Yeah, so there was the trial on Wednesday during the selection hour, and the First Point guys were there, the coaches and everyone, and then they had set up teams for us and coaching drills and drills like in game and like without the ball possession and everything like that. We did like small games and everything, and I was really interested because it seemed like very, very cool, and I've always been interested in myself like that. So yeah, I was like, that really was an eye-opener for me, like wow, this could be something big. And then I got the email to go and do the interview, and then I said, I won't lose anything if I go and try. So I had the interview, everything went well, I was so interested. It just seemed like a lot of people like me wanting to try and find a way to continue playing football after school.
Amazing. So Matt, going back to your sort of first touch point with First Point, how did it come about and how did the process work from you from your first trial all the way through to actually having your acceptance to go and take your football scholarship?
So I heard about the trial and I spoke to my parents. Obviously there was a discussion between my parents to say, I want to do this, will it be possible and will you support me? And they obviously said yes. So I went down to my first trial. I believe John Paul was there, so he was the first person to trial me. I had a good conversation with him after and asked him some pointers on how to improve and how it would look if I did get this opportunity, and asked him more questions obviously at the interview once they accepted me for my trial.
Yeah, give me a bit of feedback about how it's been with Elite and how you feel that we've been able to help you to get to where you are today.
Yeah, so I always felt like it's always been a challenge. Everyone there has always been really good. There's a high standard, and you're not going to find someone who doesn't match your level. And yeah, they always open opportunities for us, like First Point and everything else, playing the league games every week, three training sessions, sometimes 4, always giving us just like the facilities and the means to keep training and keep getting better.
Yeah. Matt, over to you. If you can let us know again, obviously you've been with us I think now for 5 years, so that's quite a long time, and to be honest, in the environment that we live in, particularly in Dubai, what tends to happen is, and we find that players will often change academies even twice per year or at least once a season. What's been the main reason that you've wanted to stick around and stay with Elite?
So obviously I moved to South Africa, to Dubai. I started in a team where a lot of them have been with Elite for almost 10 years, like Newhart, Rohill. I enjoyed the team around me. They all became some of my closest mates, and then just some of the relationships I have with the coaches, being able to talk to Richard and ask him for help, him helping me with work experience, helping me get to this opportunity, and then obviously letting us play an adult league, which has helped me develop as a player and everyone else so much more.
Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, Akram, you've been in a position where you've always played a year above yourself.
Yeah.
So as an under 15, you've played under 16s. Matt, taking that step and a giant leap from playing sort of junior football and playing with your friends against people of the similar age group and your peers. Tell me a little bit about the difference between playing with boys of your own age and then stepping into adult football. And Akram, give me a little bit of an idea of some of the challenges that you might have faced as an under 15 going into the under 16s.
So the biggest difference between football at my age level and adult football is adult football is a lot more physical, and it's a lot more little bit of niche things that people will do to put you off, like pushing you in your back, talking in your ear, and you kind of have to improve your mentality before you improve your physicality to play adult football.
So I'd say that's the biggest thing.
Okay, and Akram, the major change really from under 15 to under 16?
Yeah, I just felt like what Matt said, physicality. I wasn't exactly the strongest of guys playing, especially when I was 14 or 13. And so I feel like, once I worked on myself a bit more, got a bit more physical, learned how most teams play when they see you not so big, and then, you just adapt to the game, and it just teaches you that you're not always going to be as big as the person, so you need to just be smarter than the person.
Tell me a little bit about the changes that you made in order to be able to better adapt to higher level football.
Yeah, so when I started at Elite, it was just after COVID, so I was getting back into football. Obviously haven't played in a while, and then I just felt like I was just behind physically, and I just looked at myself and I went, I love playing with my mates and everything, and I was just like, if I want to keep being competitive in everything that I do, especially football, I need to just, work on myself, build myself up, and build some muscle and become a bit stronger. And so I went in the gym, got a personal trainer. It's been 2 years now.
Maybe a contentious question now. And this may divide the room when this goes out and the coaches get a chance to watch this. But if you both want to tell me about the coaches that you've had during your tenure with Elite. Tell me who your favourite coach has been and why. Is it because they push you? Is it because they've got you better technically, your understanding of the tactical side of the game? So Matt, if you want to lead, tell me about who your favourite coach has been and why.
I think my favourite coach would have to be Richard, and it's also because he was my first coach and he helped me develop as a player the most, because when I joined his team I wanted to be a right wing, I wanted to be flashy, but he noticed that I have a niche play style with my passing, winning the ball back, and just being a player on the pitch that wants to win the ball. So he got me to play in that position and helped me develop as a player and as a person as well. Sometimes being the captain, leading the warm-up, and then obviously playing adult football, and then having the chance to play alongside him has made him my favourite coach, and something that's very important in my life.
I've been coached by a lot of coaches in Elite, like Matt and Connor and Robbie and Paul. So Coach Robbie has to be my favourite, just because I went on the UK trip with him, he coached us there. We actually ended up winning a game versus one of the big West Ham sides together. And so, we've been through a lot together, even though it hasn't been so long. But yeah, I feel like just him allowing me to play that age group above in the under 16s, and him opening the doors for me, and he always just gives me pointers and just lets me play in different positions just to see how it's going to be, so I become a well-rounded player. Just he's always been there, just whatever I needed, just to help me go forward.
I must admit, Robbie was a great player himself in his day,
yeah.
And I'm sure he's probably told you this many times.
He's shown it as well.
He's shown it as well, and I think that somebody like Robbie, when you can be in that environment and you get to work with somebody like that, where they step in and do a demonstration, and when they stop a session to ask you to maybe think about something differently, and they can actually go into that environment and show you how to do it, I think that makes a huge difference.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, you mentioned the West Ham Foundation trip there.
Yeah.
And obviously over the years we've had some great trips away. You mentioned there again that we were very fortunate where we beat one of the West Ham teams on one of the trips. So tell me a little bit about how it was in the UK, and how you felt or maybe felt that it pushed you to another level playing against some of the better players in the UK, maybe above and beyond the types of players and teams that we play here in the UAE.
Yeah, so obviously playing against the West Ham sides, they're academy players, and some of them get paid to play. It's different, not like here in Dubai, and you feel like just the level is so much higher, the physicality, the technique, everything. They've had a ball on their feet for the past 10, 11 years, straight, non-stop, and so that obviously, we saw that. And then the West Ham coaches were also welcoming, and they taught us so many new things that we use till now. And Robbie always likes to tell us just like we did in the UK. But yeah, it was a really good trip. It was good for team building. Some of us play in different branches and everything in select squad, so we all got to get along together.
So let's talk about the pathway with First Point USA. What I'd like for everybody to understand who's not been through the process yet, and is maybe looking at the process over the next 1 year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years for some of our younger players. Once the guys from First Point have flown into Dubai and you've actually done your trial process, if you can talk us through the next steps so we can get a good understanding of the process.
Yeah, so the first thing that would happen after you do the trial is you'll get a letter or an email from whoever's done the trial. They'll say, we think you're good enough, we'd like to do an interview with you, make sure you understand the process, what will happen. Once you've done that, they'll send you a contract that you'll sign to agree to be a first point athlete. Once that's completed, they move you to preparation phase, which is where you get your GPA ready, your SAT, collect a lot of footage of yourself playing, because obviously the coaches can't come here and see you play, but if you have footage, they'll use that. Once that's done, you get sent to promotion. They'll use the First Point platform, which is like an Instagram for athletes. They'll put all your videos up there, any coach can see it. If they think you're good enough, the coach will email you. About 2 weeks into promotion, I got 2 offers that were straight up scholarships from 2 universities. And then from that, I had an email from a coach, which was the one that I'm actually going to now, that university, where he said he'd like to meet me, get to know me as a person, which immediately stuck out for me because that made me feel valued in a place that I wanted to go to. I had a nice conversation with him, said this is how it will work, you'll come and do pre-season, obviously you start in the second team, but if you wow us on the first week, we'll put you in the first team. He had a conversation with my parents, and together we all decided that that would be the best opportunity for me.
So gentlemen, you'll be jetting off to the US. Matt, you very soon.
Yep.
Makram, hopefully not too distant future for you. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. Obviously with you moving over to the US, the MLS is fast becoming a very exciting, popular league with some of the best players in the world. So I want to test your knowledge, and I want to see which of the two of you has the best knowledge of the MLS soccer badges, or crests, maybe you would call them. So this is what we're going to do. We've got multiple different badges here, and obviously we've taken away the names from the badges so that it's not too easy for you guys, but we do have a nice little multiple choice. So Matt, would you like highlighter or pencil?
Pencil.
He's going for pencil, he's old school, I like that. You've got the highlighter.
Alright, that's not bad.
Okay, so this is the first one. I think probably out of all of them, hopefully this is going to be the easiest one. So I'm going to pass it to both of you, and then you can either copy his answer or you can go for something different. And we'll try and change how we go around so that it's not too easy for you guys. So, Matt, this is the first one. Your choices are New York City, New York Yankees, New York State, or New York City Metro Stars. What are we going to go for? So Matt Mackenzie has gone for New York City FC. Makram, what are you thinking?
New York City.
Copied the answer.
No, I've got it. I got it before.
You think it's right?
Yeah.
You both think you're correct on that one?
Yeah.
No issues at all?
No issues.
Okay, perfect. If I gave you $1 million dirhams and the opportunity to change your mind, would you take it?
No.
100% no?
100%.
Okay, let's move on. Now this one, slightly more difficult. So we've got the Boston Americans, Boston Patriots, New England Flags, or New England Revolution. We'll go with you first, because Matt may want to copy your answer on this one. We're looking slightly nervous here on this one. So we've gone for New England Flags. I think that could be a very poor decision on your behalf, but let's see. Matt Mackenzie
Boston
has
Patriots.
gone for the Boston Patriots. Interesting. 2 different answers there. Next
Not
one.
confident.
This one's quite a tricky one. Dallas FC, San Jose Earthquakes, Houston Dynamo, or is it the San Antonio Clash? Matt Mackenzie, you will go first on this one, young man. And he's gone straight in for Houston Dynamo.
It's between two.
Didn't even think about that
No,
one,
it's
Matt.
between two. It's
He
between
seems
two.
very confident on this one. Makram, what are we going for?
I'm gonna go with.
Have you got 2 that you think it may that it may be?
I mean,
or-
I have no idea, so I'm gonna go. You've put 2 that have San in the name, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna pick one of the 2. You know.
So we're going for a complete guess here.
Yeah,
San Antonio Clash.
Might be-
Interesting.
might be a shocking decision.
So it's
yeah.
nice that we've got 2 answers there that are completely different. Now, I'm going to go for 1 more. No, I'll actually go for 2 more because I think this one's really easy. And to be honest, if you don't get this one, then neither of you deserve a scholarship in the US. Makram, you're first.
Yeah.
What do we think on this one? New York Red Bulls, not even a blink of the eyelid. Matt Mackenzie has followed suit, and I think you might be right on that. Last one, guys.
Hope so.
This could be the game changer. Now, if I showed you both of these emblems, would you have a choice of which one you'd like to go for?
On the right.
You're feeling more confident with this one. So first up this time is Matt Mackenzie. straight in with Toronto
yeah,
FC.
I was going to say that as well.
No problem at all. So, both gone for Toronto FC. Okay. Well, congratulations to Matt McKenzie, who is the winner of the Guess the MLS badge competition. Congratulations.
Thank you, Steve.
Well done. And the prize is happiness.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, gentlemen, I've got one more quiz for you. Obviously, moving over to the US, you need to understand the lingo. You need to understand how people talk, because what you don't want to be is the guy who's going to be left out of the conversation. So, I've got quite an extensive list here of slang US words. Now, it's going to be up to you guys to tell me what you think they mean. Okay, and it's going to be 1 point for each correct answer. So, Matt McKenzie, I'm going to start with you. All right. So, if you're in a conversation and somebody says, "For real," what does that mean?
They're like trying to emphasize on their being honest, like they're trying to get a point across and like be completely honest with you.
Okay, very good answer. Well, for real, on my sheet, is to agree with somebody or to emphasize a statement and to ask if somebody's joking. So, do we think that's deserving of a point?
No.
It's a big X for you.
Big X.
0 points for Matt McKenzie. That is a tough crowd. Let's see if there's any more forgiving of you for your one. So, now this is quite a tricky one. All right, so let's see if we can catch you out on this one. So, what do you think a book is?
A book.
A book, yeah. So, someone's having a conversation with you and they may say, Makram, I need to borrow a book.
I'd say it's $1.
$1. Matt McKenzie, thoughts?
I think you might be onto something there.
You might be onto something there. Well, I think you're correct. A book is both a male deer and a dollar bill.
Okay.
So correct.
Okay.
That's 1 point. So 1-0 at this moment in time. I'm going to give you one more each. So I'm going to go to my second page. All right. Matt McKenzie. If somebody says, "Hit me up," what are they alluding to? What are they talking about when they say "hit me up"?
I mean, call me or talk to me. They obviously they have an interest in you, so they want you to call them.
So basically what your university did, they hit you up to come and join them on their scholarship.
Yeah.
I like that, very good. Correct answer, because no hitting your fellow Americans. Hit me up is used to tell someone to contact you. You may additionally hear someone ask you to holler at them, meaning to give them a call. So I think we're okay to give them a point there.
I think so.
Okay, now, depending on, because you're quite a young chap, I don't know if you're going to get this one. Certainly people from my generation who grew up in the times of black and white film might find this one quite easy. A piece of cake.
Something that's like really easy. You're just doing something that's so simple.
Correct answer. A piece of cake refers to something as being very easy. So that ends in a nice draw.
It's 2-1.
I know. Well done. 2-1 to Makram. Commiserations. Well done. You tried your best, but not quite there this time. So big congratulations to Makram, who is the winner of the American slang, and I hope that you guys can use some of those words when you move over in the not too distant future. Okay guys, just to finish off and to close off, thank you very much for coming down today. It's been really interesting to hear both sides of the story in terms of your pathway with both Elite and then through to First Point. Matt, huge congratulations from everybody at Elite. Obviously you've already been awarded your scholarship. Makram, great luck for the future. I'm sure that hopefully in the not too distant future we can have the same conversation that we've had with Matt today. On behalf of everybody at Elite, I want to say how proud of you we are. We're so proud of you guys, and hopefully you're the first of very many students, players who have the opportunity to go over to the US over the next few years and get the opportunity to not only be educated but also to play their favourite sport every single day, football. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Steve.
And all the best
Thank
for
you.
the future. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.